ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਇੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਵੀਂ ਸੀਰੀਜ਼ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ ਤੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਅਤੇ ਵਾਈਫ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਤਾਲਮੇਲ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੌਰੀਨ ਮੈਕਗ੍ਰੈਥ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਰਜਿਸਟਰਡ ਨਰਸ ਨੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ CKNW ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲੇਟ ਨਾਈਟ ਸੈਕਸ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਐਤਵਾਰ ਦੀ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ, ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਾ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਬੜਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਐਟਰੀਬਿਊਟਸ ਨੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਤਾਲਮੇਲ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਪਿਛਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲ ਐਸਪੈਕਟ ਨੂੰ ਟੱਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ, ਸਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਚਾਲਣਾ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਨਾ, ਇਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਸਟਰੈਂਥਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਫ ਕੋਰਸ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਅਤੇ ਵਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੈਕਸ ਇੱਕ ਬੌਂਡਿੰਗ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਬੜਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਰੋਲ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਇਸੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਮੌਰੀਨ ਮੈਕਗ੍ਰੈਥ ਨਾਲ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Harpreet.
Thank you. So I was just telling my viewers that last week we had talked about the emotional needs which are required for strengthening the relationship between husband and wife. And then physical bond is very important. That is also a strong bonding. And of course, sex is one major factor. With your experience, with your talking to the people, doing your show also and interacting with the community, what's coming forward? Why is it that that physical relationship also is getting strayed a little bit?
We all have a desire for intimacy, and intimacy is really important, and we connect on many different levels: emotionally, intellectually, physically, and sexually, of course. And sometimes couples may not make their relationship a priority, and therefore the intimacy is lacking or the physical connection is lacking, and that can lead to troubles in the relationship.
Right.
And I see that quite often.
And then intimacy, when we talk about, then of course sex is one medium through which husband and wife procreate also and become more closer to each other. So tell us over here, again with the age and otherwise also youngsters also facing some challenges and some issues. What are the kinds of challenges being faced and what needs to be done?
Well, one of the challenges is the internet, is the rise in the accessibility to the internet in and of itself. It takes us away from communication, good communication skills, talking to people, sitting down, having a dialogue.
Right.
You see people dating and they're on their cell phones and they're texting or they're on Twitter or on Facebook. They're not even communicating with the person that they're on the date with.
Right.
It's easier to communicate through a text message. You can say a lot more through a text message, and that also can be miscommunicated than when you speak verbally to somebody.
Right.
So the rise of the internet communication, that electronic communication, has seriously impacted intimacy and couples communication.
So Maureen, how far has stress also impacted the sex life of people?
Stress has a tremendously negative, or the management of stress, or the lack of management of stress, overbooking, overscheduling one's life can really impact. Never saying no. No is a very important word. To say no, that might be too much, and that's why when couples don't put their relationship as the priority, they may take on too many duties and too many volunteer opportunities and too many excess work projects or projects around the house. They may bite off more than they can chew in terms of a mortgage or in terms of the size of a house. So managing that stress, sleep is really important, is vital to be able to deal with life's challenges as we along the gravel road of life, as I like to say. So remaining healthy is very important, eating well and sleeping well and communicating well.
Right. So now comes, these are the problems, challenges what people are facing. But now what are the solutions do you feel with your experience? What needs to be done?
I think people need to look after themselves, number one. First and foremost, be healthy. And I say know your number, know your blood pressure number. That's important. Stay trim, eat a well-balanced meal, drink adequate fluids, keep the alcohol, we haven't even talked about that, to moderation. Don't consume too much alcohol because that can lead to depression. It's a depressant. It can also negatively impact a relationship. Don't bring your electronics into the bedroom. You may want to schedule a date with your partner and make sure that there's time for mommy and daddy, because once the kids come along, often the relationship is tossed aside because the kids can have so many demands placed on them. So those are some of the few options. And putting your relationship or keeping your relationship as the #1 priority.
Right, keeping it alive.
That's right, yeah. Alive and well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It was a pleasure having you. Thank you very much for your time.